Happy Sunday, everybody. Hopefully we're all having a good day. I'm back with another planetary interpretation with the overall message of Galatians 6, 7 through 9, with the story and value of Chase the Magic Dragon, story of the librarian that got destroyed by the fiery might of the dragon, playing in the treasure trove of knowledge and power that was surely misapplied. We'll start with Uranus sextile Saturn. In this aspect, we see a unique blend of innovation and stability in relationships and partnerships, with Hestia delivering harmony unto the households of some for the need of balance, while Asmodeus continues to obliterate the second house for many. With Neptune and Saturn conjunct, this basically indicates a complex dynamic in relationships, potentially involving both idealism and limitations. We have Moloch once again surfacing with the trio energies of Beelzebub and Lucifer in the context of statute of limitations, whether it be legal, contractual, physical, cognitive, or social. The layered core is network dissemination is the core value of the context key to the fiery conclusion of something that went on for far too long, with a variety of resources wasted. And in terms of the EPA, we need not be wasting at this point. We need to be growing. With sextile between Pluto and Neptune, this suggests a harmonious influence on philosophical pursuits, higher learning, spiritual exploration, with Queen Isis coming out, unlocking dimension shifts alongside Tahuti in a delivery of communication superiority. This is correlated to the OCOSI model, enhancing the ways in which we view, perceive, implement, and evolve as a collective. Don't want to be left behind, right? With Pluto sextile Saturn, this suggests a transformative and karmic influence on relationships and partnerships. So we have heavily influenced energies of Saturn delegating necessary lessons in this season, particularly related to duty, hard work, and overcoming obstacles, with a core identity layered for respect for structure and order. And it does always come from chaos. Ordo ab chao, my favorite Latin phrase. With a theme of ethical, selfless behavior while avoiding negativity. Rewards for the dark horse are in order, and I heard start now, not later, immediately. As for the latter, there will be a lack of empathy as we begin to witness firsthand the proper karma due to see if others can mimic the pure elegance and graceful attitude of adversity as others did. Consider it a pseudo Squid Games, if you will, where only the strong survive, mentally, physically, emotionally. There's no alternative. In the Grand Keys of Ra and the Flaming Queen of Sekhmet, we've got a Sun-Mercury conjunction, which suggests a strong emphasis on communication, intellect, and self-expression. We can begin to see imperative euphemisms being established or decreed, if you will, in terms of core world comprehension, with a stoic attitude of who cares? Wholeness is a requirement, with a monetary aspect, not such a terrible thing, or much to ask, if I don't say so myself, in terms of one versus the many, with many unwarranted tribulations. With the Sun trine Saturn, we have balance, a balanced approach to relationships characterized by responsibility, commitment, and long-term focus. With this trine, we can now embody a premium plus subscription to life to the top shelf of enjoyment and pursuits of happiness on all aspects in every domain. With the Sun sextile Uranus, we see an interesting interplay between one's core identity and innovation in unconventional energies. While in our North Node signals, we can enjoy the energies of Hathor, the beautiful goddess of the West, as we take over the South Node entirely and begin to break it down and alchemize these states into a state of inevitable oblivion. Hook them, if you will. Hook, line, sinker. Take the sickle right out the middle. Or collaborate. It's what is it, you know? Do or don't. I mean, it's not a hard choice. Hecate says an eye for an eye, blood beget blood, a disruption for a disruption, which has shown which has shown more problematic and innovative. Which one is proven to be more successful? The pyre awaits the new scapegoat, and a pillow-walled room is awaiting the new required sacrifice. Sun trine Neptune suggests a harmonious blend of self-expression, sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied here, and spiritual awareness, potentially leading to a life path that integrates creativity, spirituality, and a broad perspective. This trine's pretty much coming in heavy with Tahuti and Babylon, unleashing eons of information to be downloaded at an anomalous transfer rate, or as a legend tagged it, the greatest wealth transfer of all time. With the Sun opposition Pluto, we see conflicts between one's identity, career, and public image. We can begin to see this manifest as personality disorders, schizoaffective disorders in some people, while we see other people blossoming and transforming as the butterfly, reigning as king in their sovereign energy as the new lead red top shelf prime. With the Sun squared Lilith, we see challenging relationships between individuals' conscious self, their hidden and instinctual nature. Now, with this, I like the analogy of the instinct theory. It's rather an interesting phenomenon correlating to this aspect, specifically considering it states instincts are considered to be inherently not acquired through learning or experience, which raises the question of singularity-like evolution, whereas the fact one seems to become overnight wildly intellectual, where in this theory would suggest that the underlying intelligence always existed, hidden in plain sight. With the Sun squared Chiron, we can see potential for deep personal wounding. Wait, don't go out and get hurt, running your mouth, I guess. I like to keep secrets myself. Not to the aspect of self. I don't give a shit about, you know, my business. I just can't imagine running around speaking on others loudly just in fear to get out of things. And a journey of healing and self-discovery related to one's identity, ego, and a sense of purpose. With this, we have Beelzebub energy coming in as we see a variety of psyop tactics through psychological warfare. Temptation, destruction, chaos alongside Set, with heavy manipulation, which can be sometimes a form of gaslighting, narcissism. The goal here is to identify these relatively common practices in the physical, as they are sometimes the strongest weapon in the spiritual. Basically just trying to dampen our light. With this, we can begin to experience cognitive dissonance and fluidly learn to alchemize these tactics and methods and create a lack of dissonance, if you will, as to remain in a stoic state to be able to accomplish whatever it may be we are working on, no matter what is put in our way. Consider it a manual to greatness and power, true power. I might add to that, power is silent, not loud, not boastful, not bragging like some people like to. Power is silent, strategic, calculated, and more or less favors the dark empath, not the narcissist. We have a double stellium today, the power of 3. With Saturn, Neptune, and Chiron, This signifies a period of intense self-discovery and transformation. For this placement, I look to Kirchhoff's current law, specifically to the KCL junction rule, which states the sum of a current entering a junction or node in a circuit must equal the sum of currents leaving that junction. That can be interpreted in many ways too. So if something was taken, the equivalent must be returned. This can be interpreted as duality or infinity as a constant balance, as well as being in your north node, leaving old karmic cycles, a thing of the past, and old habits where they belong. As we, in theory, embody the circuit, whereas our manifestations are the current junctions flowing into us while we discharge the old habits, which would equate to the lesser or old current outward to internalize new current. We've got the second stellium of Mars, the North Node, and the Moon, which indicates a strong emphasis on practical, detail-oriented work, service, self-improvement, potential for focus on healing and health. With this stellium, we can seek answers in the Ohm's law equation, V equals IR, whereas V would be the voltage, the strong emphasis or will, which we can infer voltage. I being the current flowing through the conductor, with the current flowing being your state of mind, mental health, and perception, with you as the conductor, and R being the resistance provided by the conductor to the flow of said current. This we can basically interpret as being in our own way, whether it be fear, flight, risk, emotion, as we typically tend to be the resistance within ourselves, getting in our own way, not allowing these new inputs to lead to new and improved outputs. That's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you find this entertaining and informative. I'll see you in the next one.